Phobia is an anthology Thai horror film that consists of 4 separate segments that are loosely connected. There's a mention of someone dying throughout all of them, and that's kind of what connects it together, so it's not really connected, it's more of self-contained stories. But is it worth watching? The first one is about a girl who receives a text. She's feeling lonely because she's broken her leg. She's kind of stuck in her room. This stranger starts texting her, and she kind of forms like a friendship with him, and like they kind of progress, and then it kind of gets, as you imagine from a horror movie, it kind of gets scary. Now, I predicted what the twist was straight away. I don't know if anybody else would, but we'll do the spoiler portion like right at the end, so don't worry about that. The second one was about a group of thugs who just kept on beating this one kid up for no reason at all. The last time they beat him up, he literally walked past them, and they're like, "You don't say hi to us, we're going to beat you up." And I was like, right. I think the first 2 segments were dull and like uneventful. They weren't doing anything for me whatsoever. And then you get to the third one, and this is where I was about to like think about calling it quits and stuff like that. Obviously, I couldn't turn it off because I was watching it with someone else, but this one had 4 guys going on a rafting trip, and it was just so funny. It was so good. Like, the guys had great banter, their chemistry was amazing. They were having a laugh. I was having a laugh. I was enjoying the story, and it was just kind of really, really well done. And I kind of wish that more of these segments had stuff like this, because it really brought you into the characters, and it really made you care for them and what actually happened to them. The 4th segment wasn't as good, but it was still pretty enjoyable. It was about a flight attendant and a princess. She was flying with the princess to a different location. What weirded me out about this one is that they were speaking English, and there was like no subtitles. And it took me a minute to realise that I was watching the film and there was no subtitles, and I was just understanding what I said. I was like, "Oh, okay." And I had a moment like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, I don't quite know why they decided to kind of go that route, being it's a Thai horror movie and the whole segment was in English. Like, everybody was talking English. The captain, the flight attendant, who are both Thai, to my knowledge, they were both speaking like fluent English, and I was like, wait, okay. This one really, really scared my girlfriend. It really, really, because there's like, she has to deal with like traveling with a princess, and then when it turns, actually, we'll get into the spoiler portion now because I don't really have much else to say about the movies. The princess dies because she eats shrimp that the flight attendant gave her, because she abuses the flight attendant, and then gets a comeuppance, so to speak. And then because she dies because of the shrimp, she decides her corpse basically has to travel back to the country, and it's like this kind of like Kyoko from The Grudge. So that was good. Yeah. The first one with like the guy being dead all along, I was like, I figured that out as soon as he started texting. I was like, he's dead. I know he's dead. And then he had like a research element, and it didn't really add anything to it. The book that people saw and then they died. When the guy got torched and he was burning alive, that was pretty good. But aside from that, it didn't do anything for me. And the 4 guys all being like Sixth Sense and all being dead was amazing. That was perfect. I absolutely loved that segment. So overall, I would say watch it just for the 3rd and 4th segment. Everything else is just meh. But it's not so bad that you don't want to watch it. It's just not really that interesting. The thing is, anthologies is it's not really for everyone. They're kind of doing their own thing most of the time, and like all of these stories were ghost stories, so I can see that appealing to people who like ghost stories a lot more than it would like the general audience. Personally, when I'm watching an anthology, I prefer the segments to be different. So if you were kind of going for like a bit of a difference, I would appreciate, I don't know, like a ghost horror story, maybe a serial killer, and then kind of have a bit of a difference in that, but it doesn't necessarily give you that. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Have any of you guys seen it?